welcome to Former Flings, the second episode of Former Flings, where I interview my ex-girlfriends and figure out where it is that they went wrong. With me today is Rich Metzger, a 30-year-old virgin whose girlfriend cannot stand the sight of him and has hit on me several times. Rich, how are you today?
I'm doing excellent, Ken. I am glad to see that you're doing well today.
Oh no, can't fuck up the audio. This will instill rage into an introverted bro. I'm serving purpose by not putting fucking furniture for show. The show is worthless, I can turn my... I think mics are magic because of my lack of understanding. Working with it, you've been hacked, avoid attack is so demanding. No idea what he's doing, losing views in this bad acting. Audacity must be complex to be influenced by his actions. Hey, the subtitle of this bro, my reaction is, can't fuck up the audio like a little bitch.
Drink some of this vodka. Drink it. Drink it.
Was it cold when you started?
No. It's mostly spit. Rich, at the end of this episode, we're going to decide... Shut up. You are going to decide whether or not I was at fault or she was at fault with the degradation of our relationship. I do have a question for you.
Yeah.
As someone who has personally witnessed the degradation of other relationships in your life, other people, me in particular, I've had many girlfriends. What would you say is the most fatal flaw?
Lying.
Lying. But when I lie, it's cute, though.
Yeah, and I think everyone lies, and everyone can do it cutely, but there's varying degrees of magnitude and severity and
well, when is
stuff
it okay to lie, Rich? It seems like you're pro-lying. What would you find to be the one thing that people should do differently to make it successful?
They should probably try and be more honest and communicate better.
I don't agree with that. Well, why don't we bring out our guest of honor, Brandy Jenkins. Brandy, would you please come join us? Get your ass up. Yeah. Sit down. Sit down.
I knew I left my leggings somewhere.
Why don't you drink some of this booze?
Gladly.
Brandy, would you please tell us a little bit about yourself? It says here that you're some sort of carny or circus
That's exactly right.
performer
I
or
pimp
something.
clowns for a living, actually.
Pimp clowns?
Yes.
I don't understand. You have magicians.
We run a children's entertainment company.
So, that's enough about you now. It's here you're kind of a carny or a circus performer. Can you...
Covered that, actually.
Oh, got it. Will you describe our first meeting to the audience and to Rich?
I gladly will. So, I'm certain that most people watching are familiar with what they call rock bottom. So there I was, one lonely night, and like most people in my position, took to the wonderful world of Tinder. I'm not sure if anyone's familiar with it.
I am familiar with
You
that.
are.
We covered
You
that in the
must
last
be.
episode. You saw the last episode. I don't know why you're pretending like you didn't see the last episode, like you're not stalking me.
I actually wasn't one of your dozen viewers. That's so weird. I have things going on. Anyway, please don't interrupt me again. And thank you. But something about Ken struck me, and I stopped, and he made me laugh in an obvious and desperate kind of way. And then he brazenly asked if I was brave enough to call him, so I did. And within a matter of minutes, believe it or not, I was driving to his apartment.
Middle of the night.
So as I was racing to him, because there's something about him, there's a sexual magnetism that he exudes that was very difficult to ignore. I ended up getting a ticket, and
Wow.
I'm still actually waiting for his reimbursement.
So, you were at home, Ken, playing on Tinder, and where were you? Were you also at your
I
house
was
playing
at
on
home
Tinder?
playing on Tinder. He was wasted when I arrived, and then asked me for pot, actually. Okay,
Did I really? Is that real?
Yeah, a little bit.
Did I also ask you for toilet paper?
No, that was today, actually.
Today. Did you bring the toilet paper?
2 rolls.
Where is it?
In the bathroom where it belongs.
Oh, thank you very much.
I always try to
that was
do very
very
well.
that was very considerate.
Did you have marijuana?
Not on me. I
that a fun
I
one?
didn't know I was going to a charity case. It's weird though. For my work, I actually do a lot of charity work, and I think that's why I was able to bond so easily with Ken, because I'm used to, you know.
Get fucked! The following day, after you spent the night in what I assure our audience was the lap of sexual prowess, what did we do the following day?
We got to know each other pretty well. I think you took me to your go-to, what's the name of that low library?
I think it's called Dugan's.
To take one into, yeah, there. Just, you know, where he doesn't have to break a 20 and everyone wins.
We had a Coney Island breakfast though.
We did. Breakfast was awesome.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, we had a
It
great
was sober.
breakfast. We had a wonderful weekend. We had a great
It was
weekend.
nice.
I knew after that weekend I never wanted to lose you in my life.
It affects me emotionally. That's not what the show's about. So
My apologies. I thought this was about being honest.
it's about being funny, honest. So why not
I'm
just
always
zip,
funny.
stop,
Take
talk,
notes.
stop talking. We are moving on to the next question. Dry spell. Ever heard of it? Thoughts?
I enjoyed Dry Spell very much. I read it so
Next question. How would you describe your ideal relationship?
Sexual compatibility,
Done.
simpatico sense of humor,
Don't know what that means, but probably.
problematic.
Spanish.
Is actually and the ability to be your most honest self. in the
No,
presence
I'm not.
of the other
No, I'm
person.
not doing that. Next question.
I've tried a lot of different hats on in the relationship department. You know, the charity case. I've tried the athlete. I've tried the comedian. Not this one.
Tell me about the funny guy.
It was erectile dysfunction that kind of broke us up. Similar to us. Except you're not funny.
What were you saying? You were saying something.
I was complimenting you on dry spell. It really isn't.
Oh, dry spell. Really? I mean, it's. I think we have a. Yeah, we have a copy here. I mean, it's right. It's right here. Like, you know, you could. I made this, Mom. I made the comic book, even though you said I couldn't do it.
So he took that.
Did
right
you
away
really
from
read
him.
it more than one time? I'm
I've
serious.
read it numerous times, actually.
Really?
Yeah. Of all the
Why?
ones we were together. Because I would, every time I would miss you or, yeah, and even since we've been apart, I would read it. And I don't know, because you impress me. You're talented, and I appreciate that.
I appreciate you. Will you have sex with me later?
No.
What is your biggest regret?
I had an ex-boyfriend that, as Ken and I were meeting and beginning our time together, was sort of ending this past chapter, the previous chapter of my life, and I think he recognized the value that I had in the relationship that I was developing with Ken, and he became incredibly jealous, and for a brief moment I allowed that to supersede the way that I felt about Ken, and I wished that I hadn't, and I was lucky enough to eventually come out on the other side of that and reconcile things, which was valuable to me.
Well, and to
And
me,
I'm appreciative that you allowed me that chance.
Brandy, why are we still not together? And does it have anything to do with you being a heartless bitch?
Because I met you so close to the end of my last relationship. There was so much pressure and baggage.
How
That-
long did you and Ken actually date for?
About 8 months, 7, 8 months.
So who broke up with who? Like, what was the actual circumstance?
She broke up with me.
It just became a lot.
How'd you do it?
Well, like, are you familiar with the term ghosting?
No.
Okay, so,
Not in this kind of man.
well, to ghost someone is typically you just start to stop answering their calls, or maybe, you know, yeah, just kind of a slow fade away.
How does that make you
I
feel?
got
When
real
did you-
busy.
I found nothing!
I have some questions I'd actually like to ask you. If
Please.
that's okay. What pickup line did Ken use on you on Tinder?
Did you know I'm famous?
That was the first thing
That
he
was
said?
like the first thing he said, yeah.
What was he wearing when you first met?
Black t-shirt and basketball shorts.
What kind of underwear?
You know,
How
that
many
I like it.
restaurants did you go to?
Oh, we just went to students? Yeah, we just went there.
Okay.
Oh no, that was the Coney Island. Otherwise, he took me to Dugan's almost every time.
Okay.
There was a handful of other mediocre places.
Did he steal any of your clothes?
Besides the leggings, there was a couple crop tops and definitely a sports bra or two that for sure went missing.
Rate Ken's ability to lie on a scale from 1 to 10.
Oh, 2. He's a terrible liar. Absolutely
2?
terrible. Yeah.
And final question.
You said from 1 to 10?
Yeah.
Well, then a hard 10.
The last question is, what did Ken do with his condoms after sex?
Condoms.
Brandy, what can someone like me do differently to more perfectly attract someone like yourself?
Not that thing that you're doing with your face.
What? That's just a natural reaction.
Do less of that. But in all honesty, Ken, and this has not happened many times in my life, you were able to bring the best out of me in ways that I didn't let shine in my previous relationship or in most of my life. I think that being with you allowed me to, because you're so, please, I apologize in advance for using this term,
I'll edit it out.
because you're so weak in so many ways, it forced me to take the lead, which I'm not used to, but I think that it really allowed me to tap into parts of my person.
You're welcome. Next question.
Ken, would you mind if we flip the script a little bit? Maybe I could shoot some questions your way? Based on what you know about me as a person, what would you identify my spirit animal to be?
What is one of those little fishes that work around sharks? Like the parasites around the sharks, you know?
Plankton? Or
No, not plankton. Like maybe a minnow. Like
Little ducky?
yeah, well, like something like that. Like some sort of parasitic animal. So something that sucks the greatness out of something else as it follows it around. That or a horse. Brandy, what do you believe to be the problematic insecurities that prevent me from finding love in someone like yourself?
Wow. There's always a barricade that you put up for some reason. It's a defense mechanism, I truly believe, that prevents, maybe not other people, but I think with us, prevented me from getting close to you because I wasn't able to really figure out where the characters ended and where Ken started. And every once in a while I got to tap into that, and those are the parts that I relish the most about the time that we spent together in the past and the time that I'll continue to spend with you. I love you when you're being honest. I mean, I love you
Fuck you,
always.
bitch. Brandy, do you think I'll ever find love?
But I think that on some level we did find love because, to be honest with you, I think that
Next
I'll love
question.
you forever. If you
Jesus
let me.
Christ. Next question. Finally. Rich, now that you've had the opportunity to analyze the back and forth of my relationship with Brandy, who would you discern to be at fault and why?
I think this one's pretty clear. Brandy is at fault. She got in a relationship a little too fast, and she made this a really good guy because of it.
Found it. Well, I like to thank my guests Brandy Jenkins and Rich Metzger for coming on to my show again. It's great. It's a great show. It's great to have you guys. Thank you so much for coming. I feel like we got a lot accomplished. You both look wonderful. You both look like wonderful people. You should go to a dance. You should. You're welcome, Rich. I mean, you're the one with the clothes. Your purple clothes, and you got the green clothes. I mean, they're cool colors.
Well,
Me too.
Good night, everybody. This is how acting works, Richie.
I don't know if you know, man. You got that academia education shit. This is how the established way to do it.
Oh, that's a really good impression.
You gotta follow the established way of doing things, because I can't handle it.
Get ready, idiot.